Good wishes to all. Epicureanism. Epicureanism and Stoicism were the two great schools of moral philosophy that followed Aristotelian philosophy. They were founded almost at the same time. Epicureanism derives its name from its founder Epicurus, 342 to 270 by 71 BC. Although the school of Epicurus survived for 6 centuries. His followers made no significant changes in his doctrines. Lucretius, the famous ancient Roman poet, expressed Epicureanism in verse form in De Natura. De Natura. Obstacles to happiness. Epicurus regarded pursuit of happiness as the chief aim of life. We shall presently discuss his concept of happiness. Epicurus first traces the sources of human unhappiness. For a modern mind, it would appear that unhappiness arises from lack of means needed to satisfy material wants. Thus, a man without a house, TV, refrigerator, and car is likely to be unhappy. Realistically speaking, men in any historical period will crave for the material comforts and amenities then available. Along with material comforts, men need family ties, friendships, and spiritual consolations. Epicurus, however, identifies popular religion as the chief obstacle to human happiness, for it haunts human mind with fear of gods, death, retribution, and hell. Consequently, men live in a constant psychological state of trepidation and anxiety. To rid men of these fears, Epicurus proposes a materialist philosophy which depicts the cosmos as a mechanical system governed by natural causes and not by gods or any corporeal beings. Unlike Stoics, he endows men with free will, which they can exercise in pursuing happiness during their brief terrestrial existence. Epicurus borrows his philosophy from Democritus. Democritus also formulated the ancient form of atomic theory. Epicurus applies this theory to human soul. He regards human soul as everything else in the universe to be composed of atoms. The atoms in the soul are scattered at death with no possibility of future life. This doctrine enables Epicurus to dispense with both joys of paradise and terrors of hell. Epicurus describes death as a blessing, a release from the travails of life on earth. Men need not fear death, for if death is, we are not. If we are, death is not. Death is the end of all feeling and consciousness. Hence, there is no need to fear a future state of which we will have to feeling when it comes. Epicurus then proceeds to remove fears of divine intervention in human affairs. Ancient Greeks believed that gods punish men for their sins or pride, hubris. If a man achieve, achieves great success and feels proud, gods may suddenly bring him crashing down. Epicurus could have addressed these fears by advocating atheism or by denying the existence of God. But he accepts the existence of gods. He pictures gods as leading an immortal, serene, and blessed life in the outer space. They live in a state of beatific joy and never concern themselves with human affairs. Happiness. As we noted earlier, the Epicureanism doctrine advocates that men should pursue happiness in this view. They followed the earlier school of Cyrenaics. Whereas Cyrenaics regarded happiness as pursuit of gross pleasures, Epicureans adopted a pure and noble conception of happiness. In this sense, happiness is an end by itself and it is the only good. Pain is the only evil. For Epicureans, morality becomes an activity which gives pleasure. Virtue has no intrinsic value, it derives value from the pleasure which accompanies virtuous actions. These ideas, in sum, constitute the Epicurean ethical system. A good part of Epicureanism consists in elaborating or clarifying the various aspects of happiness. Happiness does not mean momentary physical or mental pleasure. Happiness is joy which lasts for the whole life. Men should avoid momentary pleasures which may often lead to greater pains later. They should not be slaves to particular pleasures and desires. They have to master their passions. They need to abandon present pleasures which led to future pain and be ready to undergo present pain for sake of future joy. There is also a streak of prudence in Epicureanism. Bertrand Russell says it was a valetudin sorry valetudinarians for a sick man's philosophy designed to suit a world in which adventure's happiness had become scarcely possible. Eat little for fear of indigestion, drink little for fear of next morning, eschew politics, and love and all violently passionate activities. Do not give hostages to fortune by marrying and having children. In your mental life, teach yourself to contemplate pleasure rather than pains. Epicureanism distinguishes between physical and mental pleasures. Mental pleasures are superior to physical pleasures. Body feels physical pleasure only during their duration. Physical pleasures are ephemeral. Mental pleasures arise from remembrance. Recollection of past joy is a present delight, and anticipation of future pain is a present anxiety. Therefore, to be happy, one has to cultivate mental serenity. Cultivating serenity. Men should condition their minds to rise above physical pain and adversity. They should not rely on external conditions for their happiness. They should find joy in their own hearts. Rather, extravagantly, Epicureans claim that a man on rack, a medieval instrument of torture, can be happy. If we leave out the hyperbole, we can see in the Epicurean idea a conception of happiness as an inner mental state. Its link with the outward circumstances is slender. While regarding happiness as spiritual, Epicurus recognized the innocent pleasures of senses. They particularly valued friendship. The Epicurean conception of happiness is often called negative. Happiness is neither active joy nor tingling excitement. Epicureanism sought rather than an absence of pain, mental serenity, and calm spirit untroubled by fears and anxieties. Absence of pain is in itself pleasure. Indeed, in the ultimate analysis, the truest pleasure. Active joy is beyond human reach. Man should avoid pain and lead quiet and contented life. Epicureans cautioned against multiplying wants. Increasing wants are hard to satisfy and intensify one's unhappiness. One should therefore lead a simple life. Epicurus repeatedly lived most of the time on bread and water. The route to happiness lies through moderation, simplicity, and cheerfulness. Epicureans did not preach exalted or noble morality. However, they were kind and benevolent. They said that it is better to extend than to receive kindness. Their morality is soft without stern calls to duty or harsh ethical commands. It is gentle and amiable. Thank you.